like a remnant of despair to try to assume control of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But these kids are all that's left of Hope's Peak Academy. If you think they're gonna make this easy for you, you better think again.
Okay.
Whose side are you taking here?
Side? Isn't it obvious?
No?
Monokuma joins your party.
Who invited you?
No. Oh boy.
Now, let's join forces and unravel the truth behind
Ultimate
this
Despair
mess.
Headmaster. Dang, Flap.
Well now,
There's no Cubs though, it's just the Monokuma theater again. Yeah? And the curtain quickly fell. Oh. Good day, good people. Your United States Aviator is back, and if you could tell, we are back with the end of Chapter 5, Danganronpa V3. And we are going to try and get that, okay. We're going to try and get the, okay, we're back, opening back up. Get the last
The
backroute.
flashback light became the motive.
Mm-hmm.
When Kokichi remembered that he was a remnant of despair, I planned to kill him.
Did he remember, though?
I thought that if I killed him, this game, and the battle between hope and despair, would end.
Okay.
I was confident in my talent as an assassin. I knew I would be able to do it.
So, you, oh boy.
We've tried to end this killing game before, but
It has never worked. Never ever.
We were naive.
Yeah.
huh?
It's true, you guys weren't ready to end this killing
That's what
game.
I thought. I knew Kokichi would take advantage of my naivete, simply because it's him.
My naivete. Oh,
Maki totally gets me.
oh boy.
That's why. I needed to settle it myself. I took the poison arrows and the crossbow,
Okay.
and broke into the hangar with an exisal.
We get that so far.
But when I entered the hangar, I saw something I never expected.
Which was...
Kaito and
Oh.
Kokichi were fighting each other.
Right. But Kaito was fine in this situation. Kokichi should have been easily handled with a freaking crossbow in his arm.
Kokichi was shot in the arm with a crossbow arrow, probably by Kaito when he fought back.
Okay.
Both of them stopped and looked at the exisal, most likely surprised by its sudden appearance.
Right.
Kokichi immediately took out his remote and attempted to control the exisal I was in.
Ooh. He shouldn't have been able to, though, right?
I jumped out of the exisal before he could, and shot Kokichi in the back with an arrow. That should have been enough to stop him, since the arrow was coated with poison.
Poison. Dang it.
The Strike 9 poison, correct? But why pick that particular poison? Some of the poisons in my lab were far more lethal.
It's a
I
good
wanted
question.
Kokichi to confess his true intentions before he died,
Okay.
and find out why he was always lying and trying to confuse us.
Fair. I'd want
What
to
do
know,
you
too.
mean?
If he was the mastermind, it would have been easier for him to hide in the shadows, right?
Right.
He could have made it seem as if the late Junko was secretly behind this killing game. That way, he could reveal himself as the surprise mastermind to liven up the game. Because of his suspicious actions, anyone would already suspect him as the mastermind.
Right.
Especially with that message in the courtyard.
Okay.
Kokichi said it was a hint, but was it necessary for him to go out of his way just for a hint?
You're right. Because we would have seen him
As a remnant of despair, I imagine he wanted to feel the despair of his plan being thwarted.
Yeah, but he made it so easy for his plan to be
I
thwarted.
think that if he wanted the thrill, he would have carried out the plan carefully.
Right.
So when his carefully laid out plan goes to waste, he would be in utter despair.
Instead, he just had a
Yeah,
lackluster
that's a
plan.
good point.
So it doesn't really make
Maki
sense.
must have wanted to hear it directly from Kokichi himself.
But it was pointless. I was a fool for thinking I could have a serious talk with him.
Can you tell me how that talk went? Oh, sweet. What are you talking about?
Talking about remnants of despair? What's that?
See? I told you! He didn't get the flashback light.
I don't understand anything you're saying.
He is really hurt, actually. 'Cause
Anyway, why are you starting up the killing game when it should have ended? You already know it's all meaningless, and that I'm the mastermind. Do you love killing that much?
Shut up, you asshole!
Jesus.
I realized it was pointless to continue the conversation, so I shot the final arrow.
Oh.
But then,
Oh, because that's 2 arrows. And then the third one is in his arm. And that's why we have the antidote. Oh, no.
what?
Kaito protected Kokichi?
Dang it, Kaito. That just seems
Why
like a
would
Kaito thing to
protect
do.
Kokichi?
At that moment, my mind went blank. I knew I had to do something about the poison. I rushed to Shuichi's research lab for the antidote.
So you didn't have the antidote with you at the time.
If her plan went down to how it would be, you wouldn't need the antidote, you know?
I used Strike 9 poison to torture Kokichi for info, but I planned to kill him from the start.
Jesus, Maki.
That's so mean!
But that was my first mistake. Because of that,
You what?
I ended up killing Kaito. When I returned with the antidote, the hangar shutter had been closed. I assumed it was Kokichi's doing. But because of that, I couldn't enter the hangar anymore.
Okay.
I needed to give Kaito the antidote somehow, so I went to the bathroom window.
Right.
Kaito, can you hear me? Quick, drink this antidote! After calling out to him, I chucked the antidote through the bathroom window.
I figure the bottle probably it should have broken.
Kaito noticed it and grabbed the antidote,
Mm-hmm.
but Kokichi stole it from him.
Oh no.
Sorry, but I can't die here,
Oh.
since I'm the mastermind of this killing game.
Wait! There's only one antidote!
Oh, you don't have to worry about Kaito. He fulfilled his dream, right? He already went to space. Damn it!
Stop!
Phew, I feel so much better. I guess that's a wrap. Or maybe not, because now another class trial is going to start.
Oh.
Last trial?
You'll be the Blackened for this case, you know. The Blackened who killed Kaito.
Oh man.
I killed...
Shut it! Screw the class trials. Like hell am I gonna let you have your way?
Kaito!
Oh my gosh.
Why did you protect Kokichi? If you didn't help him, then...
I couldn't help it. Even if it's Kokichi, I can't have you kill anybody.
This is so sad.
Aw, Kaito wasn't protecting me. He was protecting Maki.
But in the
situation
end,
just got way worse, huh?
yeah.
Maki is gonna become the Blackened responsible for killing you. All because you protected me!
And then maybe he killed himself before the poison could kill him. Oh, Jesus. Jesus.
Don't you worry, Makiro. I'm not gonna die that easily. Just leave it to me. I'll put an end to this killing game.
You're still full of energy, even like that. You really are not boring. I want to see what a dying Kaito can do.
Oh my god.
So, show me what you've got. I won't meddle with your plans.
What are you?
Don't mind me. Run, Makiro. Just hurry up and run. Run and live. You gotta live.
But I refused to give up. I tried to enter the hangar by breaking the control panel with my knife.
That's why it's so scratched up.
In the end, I couldn't.
So that's where the marks on the control panel came from, huh?
After that, I returned to the bathroom window once more, but I didn't see anyone. The bathroom door was closed. I called out, but neither Kaito nor Kokichi answered. I couldn't do anything anymore. All I could do was leave.
That's so sad.
That's when I made up my mind.
That?
As the Blackened who killed Kaito, I would kill Kokichi during this class trial.
You
In
must admit.
exchange for all of your lives.
God, Maki.
So that's what happened.
Then Kokichi, knowing what he knew, still helped Maki cover up her crime?
Was that why you smushed Kaito in the hydraulic press?
Kaito wanted Maki to be spotless. As his friend, I felt obliged to help him.
Friend?
How dare you make fun of him?
Calm
You
down.
call yourself a friend? You enjoyed watching us suffer.
Calm down.
You fucking asshole!
Wow, you mute him.
Ooh, Maki is so scary. Good thing I'm in this exosoul. Pretty sure Maki would have already killed me if I was out there in the flesh.
He's not wrong.
So, what are everyone's plans now? With the truth out in the open, who are you guys gonna vote for? You can vote for me, but if you do, we'll all die together. Or vote for Maki and live. Well, choose whichever you want. I don't care either way.
Why? Why are you so calm? Your life depends on this too.
Who cares? Just choose already. Come on, who are you gonna vote for?
No, we can't vote yet. We don't have the whole truth.
What's
This case isn't over.
that explains all of the evidence, I think, right?
Huh?
Thank you for telling us everything, Maki. Thanks to you, I finally understand.
I don't.
There's another hidden truth within your testimony.
Please elaborate. Pretty please. And sugar on top, elaborate, because I don't know.
A hidden truth?
Yes, I'm positive. Because there's something wrong with the testimony you've given us.
The part of her testimony that doesn't add up. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. All of those are fine, right? Kaito, control panel, her becoming the Blackened. I guess it's this one? I saw him do it, there's no doubt.
Damn it!
Okay. That's fine too. You becoming the Blackened? The control panel being damaged. I'm just gonna go through all of them. Yeah. That's fine too. I got plenty of health to waste, so you know. Control panel being damaged.
That's it!
What's wrong with that one?
Maki said she used a knife to try to break the control panel and enter the hangar.
Right?
But that doesn't make sense, because there's an alarm system on the shutter.
Can you not even get close to the control panel?
Oh yeah! The alarm should have gone off if someone got close to the shutter.
I
Oh,
was too
okay.
focused to notice at the time. But now that you mention it, it is odd.
Maybe the sensor just missed her.
That's not a thing that would happen.
The security there isn't that sloppy. If a shady person got near the shutter, the alarm would have gone off without question.
And why
Okay.
didn't the alarm go off?
Like I told you, this isn't over. There's still a hidden truth to find.
Okay. There must be some kind of reason behind all these oddities. I don't know what that reason is. I guess he could have used an electro bomb, right?
I did attempt to enter the hangar.
Okay.
And destroy the control with my knife.
Okay, I believe that.
At the time, the alarm system didn't go off.
But if you had approached the shutter, the
Okay.
alarm would have activated.
100% if you do that. Okay, sweet.
That's wrong!
So an electro bomb was used. That's good to know. That's good to know.
There is a way to disable the alarm system. An electro bomb would take it down.
Would that also take down the sensor on the
But Maki only had one bomb,
thingamadoodle?
and she used it during the raid this
But
month.
Kokichi had 2,
Then the only other person who could have used one is Kokichi, right?
right?
Huh? Why would I use an electro bomb?
It's a good
I have
question.
no reason to shut off the alarm, right? I'd be at a disadvantage if I did that.
I guess so. I can't come up with a reason why Kokichi would want to cut the alarm.
But we know that the alarm system was neutralized. It had to be. In that case, then.
I've got it! Disabling the alarm system wasn't the real objective.
Okay.
What?
Was disable the remote control? No. Keep Kilo away? No. I'm curious though, just for the walls. Maybe it has something to do with Kibo. I remember the electro bomb hurt him. The electro bomb may have been the reason I wasn't feeling well. But that wasn't because I'm a robot. I had an allergic reaction, you see? Well, shut up. We'll select the real answer this time, which I assume is this. Otherwise,
That's it!
the other one just wouldn't make any sense.
It was to deactivate the safety function on the press.
Okay,
Deactivate the safety function?
right.
The electro bomb
Right.
wouldn't have just taken down the alarm system. It also would have disabled the hydraulic press's safety function.
See, if we're doing that, now we really don't know if it's the poison that got to him first, or if it was the press.
That's true, but why would he do that?
There's only one reason that anyone would want to do that. But if I'm right, it means that we've been thinking about this all wrong.
All wrong.
What aspect of this case runs contrary to new evidence? Mastermind, kind of. Kaito's cause of death. Ooh. Also this one. This one? Oh, well, that's true.
Oh no!
Then Kaito's cause of death?
That's it! Kaito's cause of death.
I don't know. I was just talking about that. I don't know why I didn't pick that one.
What?
If the electro bomb was used while Maki was trying to deliver the antidote,
Right.
maybe Kaito didn't die by poison. It could be something else entirely.
The cause of death could now be the hydraulic press.
This is it!
Yeah.
The hydraulic press. Kaito could have been killed by the press after all.
What? He could have?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious that he could
If
have.
the safety was off, the press could have crushed Kaito while he was still alive.
Right after I threw the antidote, I tried to open the shutter. So, Kaito should have still been alive.
Yeah.
And if he was crushed by the hydraulic press after that, then we have our cause of death.
If that's the case, it'd mean the one who killed Kaito wasn't Maki.
But instead Kokichi.
It would be whoever was operating the hydraulic press. Kokichi.
I see. Very impressive. The hydraulic press could have been the cause of death,
But it also could have been the poison.
but that's just a possibility.
What do you mean?
It's possible that I killed Kaito with the press, but there's no way to know.
Ooh.
Kaito's death could have been either the poison arrow or the
That's what I was
hydraulic
afraid of.
pulse. Both causes are possible, but you'll never be able to determine it. No matter what.
No matter what?
That's not true. We can probably solve this mystery too.
I don't know if we can.
Right, Shuichi?
No, we can't. No, it's not. We can't solve that.
I hate to admit it, but Kokichi is right. We have no way to prove the cause of death.
So
What did you
either
say?
one.
You can't check the body, and you don't have any
Exactly.
conclusive evidence.
Double exactly.
You can't deduce any more from here on out. There's no way to know what happened. But I know, because I was actually involved.
Okay. Okay.
So that's what you were trying to do. You were trying to commit an unsolvable murder.
Do you finally get it? Yep, that was my plan.
Freaking Nagito Jr.
The gimmick of this murder case isn't the unknown victim,
with the unknown
but rather
culprit.
the unknowable culprit.
Oh no.
No one understands but me. Only I know the answer. There's
So what are we
no
supposed
more
to
room
do?
for deduction here. Choose the culprit with your own intuition.
That's not a good idea.
Intuition.
Are you troubled? I'm sure robots don't have intuition, right?
Oh,
But
come
there's
on.
nothing you can do about it.
Robophobics.
This is just how the trial goes. So, who is the culprit? Maki or me?
I don't
The
know.
heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless face off. It's voting time!
Monokuma? I can't save it either. Oh no. Kokichi.
Hey, that's my line. I'm the one who decides
Okay.
when it's voting time.
Okay, because I really don't know. Okay.
Oh, come on. No one's gonna figure out the truth. Let's just vote already. This won't be a problem, right, Monokuma? Because you know who the culprit is, don't you? Just like you always do.
Huh? Yes, of
Oh.
course.
Oh no! There's no cameras, there's only monitors. He doesn't know because he was guarded by the. Oh no!
Yeah? What kind of a reaction is that?
The culprit, you say? Yes, of course I know.
Why do you seem so flustered?
Flustered? Me? What are you talking about?
What's going on with Monokuma right now?
Monokuma? Do you not know who the culprit is either?
Huh? Oh, what do you mean I don't know? What don't I know, huh?
You don't know, do you?
Oh my gosh!
What does this mean? Why doesn't Monokuma know who the culprit is?
Monokuma doesn't know. What does that tell us about this case? Wait, this case?
Yes, that's it. So that's what Kokichi's real objective was.
Huh? What are you talking?
Kokichi wasn't just trying to commit a murder that we couldn't figure out. He was trying to commit a murder that Monokuma couldn't figure out either.
Oh.
Murder Monokuma couldn't
Wow. Kokichi.
What's the point of that? Kokichi's the one who's controlling Monokuma.
Then maybe he's not,
But consider how many elements of this case would be cleared up.
right?
Prior to this case, Monokuma always knew the specific details of each crime, correct? That must mean that he was using some way of monitoring us.
Perhaps there are hidden cameras, strategically placed to avoid our detection.
And the electro bomb would have knocked all of those out.
I can't say for certain, but he must be keeping watch somehow. Kokichi probably used the electro bomb to scramble whatever that was. The electro bomb would prevent any cameras from sending video wirelessly.
Oh man.
Which means it wouldn't matter where the surveillance cameras were hidden.
Like I said, what's the point? Kokichi's the one who's controlling Monokuma!
Before we determine that for sure, I want to make one thing clear. If the objective were to create a crime that would stump Monokuma, the Exosols
weren't protecting him.
The Exosols weren't protecting Monokuma.
They were watching him.
That's it!
Kokichi is freaking
Monokuma.
brilliant.
Watching him?
Yes. Remember what Monokuma said earlier in the investigation?
Both the time the Exosols were on autopilot and directed only to observe me.
If they were protecting him like bodyguards, they wouldn't have been facing him.
You're right, they would have been facing outward.
They would have been scanning the area, watching us. But they weren't. That implies that they weren't watching us. They were watching him. They were trying to make sure that Monokuma wouldn't go near the crime scene.
Oh my goodness.
That reminds me. Before I stole an Exosol, all 4 units were focused on Monokuma. That's why when I stole one to enter the hangar, the other 3 didn't pursue me.
Ooh.
So Monokuma must have been talking about Maki.
What? Ah, I see. The person who shared that info with me didn't seem interested in sharing it with you guys. So share it instead. That way it'll be fair to all the participants.
She didn't want to share that information because it would have linked her to the murder. In which case, it could only be Maki.
You're right.
So, to summarize this discussion,
Go ahead, Keyboy.
Kokichi used the electro bomb in the hangar and the Exosols to watch Monokuma,
Right?
thereby creating a scenario in which Monokuma has no idea who the culprit is?
This is...
I told you
Oh,
there's
no.
no point! Kokichi's the one who's controlling Monokuma!
No, Kokichi might not be controlling Monokuma at all.
What?
But Kokichi's the mastermind, right? Shouldn't he be controlling Monokuma?
Kokichi might not be the mastermind.
What?
So Kokichi's
Remember
not
that
the
the
mastermind.
only reason we think that is because Kokichi told us.
And Kokichi is bound to his
Monokuma
livelihood.
hasn't said a word about that. It's possible that Kokichi is just lying to us.
No way I lied! I'm definitely controlling Monokuma. The mastermind of the killing game is totally me. The one who pitted humanity's last survivors against each other is... all me, baby.
Right. He's a remnant of despair. How do we forget that?
But that doesn't necessarily mean that he's the mastermind.
It doesn't.
Well, I guess. But is that really possible?
Yes. Ooh.
Well, Monokuma,
I can't answer that without causing problems, because I gotta run this trial fair and square.
You don't know who did it. You better
Even
start
more
telling
reason
us.
to give us the answer. If you don't tell us the truth right now, you'll be an accomplice to Kokichi's lies.
That's true.
Does that sound like a fair game? Would you say this class trial is fair?
It's true.
Yeah, tell us. Is Kokichi the real mastermind or not?
No need to think about it. You're being way too forward, you know.
Aren't you normally the forward one?
Ooh.
I mean, I don't mind, because that's probably part of your strategy, too. But in the interest of fairness, I suppose it's time to tell the truth.
Oh boy.
Unlike the lies you love so much, the truth should be impartial to everyone.
and what is that truth?
I'm not being controlled by Kokichi, because he's not the mastermind.
Well, I can't say I didn't see that coming like 3 episodes ago when he revealed it.
Is that really true?
I believe that wholeheartedly.
Kokichi was just messing with you. I never once said he was the mastermind.
Nope.
Then it was all Kokichi's lie?
Freaking Kokichi.
Yeah, that is what that would mean. With the key from the last motive, he was the first to learn the truth of the outside world.
That's true.
Based on his deductions, he fabricated a lie to make you all think he was the mastermind.
It's a smart lie.
I see. Kokichi's own deductions.
You want to know? Then I'll tell you. Getting kind of bored with all the lying, so everything I say now will be the truth, okay?
His deductions got a lot of details right, though.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive, honestly.
So a lot of the details are right, okay.
But what about the Exosols? If Kokichi wasn't the mastermind, how'd he control them so easily?
He just used Mew's remote control, right?
Use remote control?
So the remote that Kokichi was using was made by Mew?
So he probably asked her to make a whole bunch of things, not just the hammers and the bombs, but I guess he also told her to make the remote controls.
Oh, you didn't know?
No, he forgot to mention that part, Monokuma.
Mew not only invented the electro bomb and the electro hammer, she also made a remote control that can hijack any electronic device.
Could it
Kokichi
hijack
just
you?
slapped a receiver on each of the exosols and took them for a spin.
Hey, isn't it a bit unfair to tell them all that?
Fairness has nothing to do with it. I offered up that info purely out of spite.
Freaking Monokuma.
Spite towards you for trying to usurp the mastermind's role and take over the game.
That line is very important because it means that there is a mastermind. Right? Right? Right?
Well, whatever. It's way more interesting to defeat an enemy who plays dirty anyway.
Okay.
What's going on? It seems like they're actually fighting.
Because he's not the mastermind.
There's no doubt about it.
Were we just being dragged around by Kokichi's lies the whole time?
Yeah.
What were you trying to accomplish by pretending to be the mastermind, Kokichi?
Now you're gonna be all quiet? This is so frustrating.
Then if he's not the mastermind, who is?
Why are you so certain there's even a mastermind to begin with?
Because you kind of just said so. The line that you just said, right? This line.
Spite towards you for trying to usurp
Usurp
the mastermind's role. And
The mastermind's role. So there is a mastermind.
What do you mean?
why, that's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know.
Okay,
But I wanna know.
fair. Real mastermind is Koki. I was thinking it was Junko, but that can't be it. It wasn't last time, I'm just saying. She's dead, and we've never come into contact with her. If so, who's doing this? Who planned this killing game?
Anyway, this conversation has flown off the rails. Let's get things back on track.
Sure.
This class trial is to figure out who the culprit is, not the mastermind.
Fine, fine.
So, yeah, get to talking.
Okay, okay, okay.
Before we worry about who the mastermind is or what my intent is, let's figure out the culprit!
Okay.
But Monokuma doesn't know who it is. How is he supposed to confirm the results?
We don't need to worry about that. Let's just leave the decision-making to Monokuma.
Okay.
But you gotta run the class trial too. So no mistakes, okay?
Alright.
Are you trying to get me to do something?
You've been watching us solve all these cases, but you can't be a spectator anymore.
It's true.
You're gonna participate in the class trial from here on out.
Ooh.
So, let's resume this class trial. Monokuma, you gotta use your brain too. This will be the final class trial. Me versus Monokuma.
And I guess if it's wrong, then Monokuma gets exiled with us or executed with us?
You versus Monokuma?
When I play a game, I intend to win. But
Kokichi,
what's
man.
considered winning in this game? Beating the other players?
Or
No.
beating the game master?
Beating the game's mastermind. is the
mastermind.
true victor. And that's how I'll win. That's why I decided to challenge Monokuma. If I can deceive Monokuma till the very end, then I'll be the winner.
You're dragging us around like this? Just so you can win a game?
It's a game that a lot of our friends died for.
As I suspected, your thought process defies all logic.
Classic
But since the
Kokichi.
outside world is in total ruin, this game is the only entertainment we have. At least I can enjoy this game to the fullest and feel good winning.
Okay.
You really are a remnant of despair. Your way of thinking is just chaotic.
Okay.
Remnant of despair?
That's the BS that I'm talking about. He didn't get the flag. Oh, we know that he's not the mastermind now because I assumed that before, and I gave money. Well, I thought that, but
Whatevs. Let's just get this started. If the students or Monokuma don't know who the culprit is, then I'm the winner.
Don't underestimate me, or Shuichi and the others for that matter.
Shuichi and the others. Wow. What?
It's just like a remnant of despair to try to assume control of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But these kids are all that's left of Hope's Peak Academy. If you think they're gonna make this easy for you, you better think again.
Okay.
Whose side are you taking here?
Side? Isn't it obvious?
No.
Monokuma joins your party.
Who invited you?
No. Oh boy.
Now, let's join forces and unravel the truth behind
Ultimate
this
Despair
case.
Headmaster. Dang, Flatbed. Alright, well, I guess he's.
Well, we were going to do it anyway.
Alright.
Let's just ignore Monokuma. His actions are always beyond comprehension.
I guess so.
Yeah! Let's just focus on the case!
Alright, come on.
Hey, be quiet so we can ignore you.
I agree.
Now, where should we start? We've already established what Kokichi is after.
Right.
He's just gonna keep talking anyway, isn't he?
Accurate.
In my experience, whenever you learn a new fact, you learn something else along with it.
Okay.
Yes, let's look for that.
Wow, he's
You
actually
warmed up
guiding
to him
us.
real fast.
Oh.
I guess you are both robots.
That's so sad. Another truth comes out. That evidence makes more sense now. The evidence that I couldn't wrap my head around. If Monokuma doesn't know who the culprit is, what evidence needs to be analyzed again? No, 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 well, maybe, no. I guess, because we're coming full circle, it's one of these two.
This is it!
Excellent. I wasn't sure.
Let's
Was this the
discuss the
first one that
video
I
of
was on?
Kaito being crushed by the hydraulic press.
Okay.
Kokichi said that he filmed that video to prove he was not the victim.
Okay.
But we know that Kokichi was trying to mislead Monokuma. So what about the video? It's pretty strange to present evidence that condemns you after all.
Right.
Then what kind of mistake was Kokichi trying to get me to make?
Maybe he crushed Kaito with a hydraulic press, so the cause of death would be unknown?
Right.
But if that were the only objective,
There would
there
be no need to film it.
Discovering the crushed body would have been enough. No need to show us the film.
That's true.
I guess you're starting to fit in after all. If you get any cuter, I'm gonna hug you.
Don't stop. No.
Huh? Really?
There must be a reason you went out of your way to show us the body being crushed.
No reason, really. That's just my twisted personality.
You're lying again, Kokichi. There's a method to your madness. If you wanted Monokuma to make a mistake, then showing us the video, it must have something to do to try and fool the Monokuma bear. Taking the video of the murder, but keeping the victim's identity hidden. What does it show? What doesn't it show? Gambit. I don't know what it's the question. What can't be identified even after watching the dead body video? The victim is what the letters are telling me.
I see now.
Interesting. So?
The victim.
Huh?
Is it even possible?
If you show the moment of Kaito's death, of course it would lead us to believe he died.
Is it...
Even if we can't positively identify the body, we would still believe Kaito was the victim.
Right.
And that might be exactly the mistake Kokichi was going for.
Does that mean the victims were switched?
Switched?
Then it was some other dead body that got crushed by the hydraulic press?
What?
Maybe?
Where would he even get another body?
There should be plenty to choose from if you reuse the body of a former victim.
That's what I was thinking before.
If there was an unknown body, then we could guess the victim was switched. But too bad! Switching the victims was impossible.
Define.
The footage showed the body being crushed.
Okay.
When in the footage would they have been able to switch the victim? And we already established that the footage was not doctored in any way.
Okay.
The camera doesn't have any editing functions. Just play, record, and pause. Monokuma also said that no computer was used to edit the footage. Remember?
Damn it! Me and my big mouth!
Lamau.
Which means switching out the victim would not be possible. Also, if the victim was switched, then that would mean Kaito is still alive.
Yeah.
We already discussed this so many times. The chance of that happening is impossible.
It might be possible.
Huh?
What?
There could be a trick to make the switch possible. We just haven't noticed it yet.
Oh, and what trick is that?
I don't know.
See? You don't know, do you? I already said it's impossible.
Maki's not wrong. There is a way it could be done.
How?
So we can't just give up here.
Oh, you don't know yet. Okay, that's fine. He's like, there is a way it could be done. And I'm like, how? And he's like, I don't know yet, but... Freaking Shuichi. Alright.
Hey, Shuichi. I'll think harder about this as well.
Hey, you just want Kaito to be alive.
Can you confirm whether or not the victims switch places? If Kaito is alive or not?
Maki.
You've
I don't
tried.
like the thought that I killed Kaito.
So you okay?
I don't want that.
All.
Okay then. Let's talk about the possibility that Maki-ro mentioned.
Okay.
Himiko, if you call her that again...
Yes, please.
Oh,
Okay.
look at that. They're finally close.
Then let's all talk it over together.
Together. Together. We're putting it together. Do-do-do-do. Two heads are much more. Four heads are much more.
Yeah,
Five heads
I'm sure
are
we'll figure
much
something
more.
out.
Alright, let's figure this out.
Jeez, you guys are a stubborn bunch. There's no trick.
That's probably another lie.
I agree with that.
However, if the victims were switched, then that would mean the footage was altered.
And they couldn't have
How could
altered
it have
it,
been
right?
altered when we know that the footage wasn't edited?
If we could figure that out, maybe we'd know how they switched places.
I knew there was a trick to that video the whole time.
Okay,
Kokichi made it, so it's 100% suspicious.
that's fair. A trick to that video. Did it stop the last time? Right? Did it stop when when we were testing it with Kibo? Did it continuously went down. He just rolled out of the way. It never stopped. Interesting. Alright, what do we got? Electro Bomb.
There must be
Hydraulic
some
press.
trick to that video.
That's what you all gotta figure out.
Okay.
There is no trick. You can check, but there's no editing function in.
This is the lie music. And I almost screwed it up, and I was about to be so angry. Alright.
That camera.
Did the placement of that camera seem suspicious to any of you?
Okay. Okay. It's freaking. I knew where to put it, but I clicked the wrong thing.
Kibo is onto something. Isn't it weird that the hydraulic press stopped for a second?
Yeah,
Because when Kibo and I first investigated that hydraulic press,
I was thinking the same thing. It just kept going. Never hesitated.
That's right. The hydraulic press kept lowering itself without stopping.
but in the video,
Oh, it stopped. Right there. It's a lot of
The
blood.
hydraulic press stopped briefly, right before it crushed the body?
Yeah.
But why would it stop?
Oh boy. Alright, well, let's start over here. Oh, well, to be fair, I think this is actually what I want. Give me that. Emergency stop? Oh yeah, the other two things were just wrong.
I see it.
the only way to stop the hydraulic press is the force stop button.
Okay.
An electro bomb went off in the hangar, which would have
Oh,
interfered with the
right,
safety
I forgot
function.
about that. Forgot all
There'd
about
be no
that.
way to stop the hydraulic press unless someone used the force stop button.
You're right, you're right.
When you say someone, you mean Kokichi, right? He was the only one there.
Actually, maybe I pressed it by accident. I don't really remember.
Okay.
So what of it? The press only stopped for like a sec. You can't switch the victim in such a short time, can you?
That's true.
True.
There's also the question of how the bodies got switched while the camera was rolling.
Right.
That would have clearly been caught on camera.
That's also true.
Oh, I see. It wasn't just the press that stopped.
Huh?
If you
What do you
stop
mean?
something else at the same time you stop the hydraulic press,
Okay. Another one? Freaking 2 in a row. Alright, the other one was over there, so this one's gotta be over here, right? There's nothing over here. Where is anything? Well, it's not that. I don't want that. It's this. Okay. There you go. Are you happy? Are you happy?
I see it.
I see it.
The culprit stopped the video camera at the same time as the hydraulic press.
Well, okay.
Then, while the camera was off, they switched the body under the hydraulic press.
Okay.
After the body was swapped, the press and the camera were started simultaneously.
Okay.
So it just looks like the press stopped for a moment.
That's what I've been saying this whole time!
No, it's not.
When did you ever say that?
Yeah, not once.
So they stopped at the same time. The camera position did seem odd to me.
Agreed.
But now I get it. The trick wouldn't work unless it was set up there.
Huh? Why?
To get the trick we just described to work, the camera
Had to be set up precisely. Let's pin that down. Where was the camera set up? Essentially right next to the... over here, right? No, not next to the press, next to the control panel.
Damn it!
Cool. This is the control panel, right? Did you just want a more precise? I hate you, game. I hate you.
The video
That
camera
was
must have been
a
set up
sliver
somewhere
off.
around here. To operate the press and the camera at the same time, you would have to be near the switch.
That's why the video was taken from that unnatural angle. If they were recording it like normal, they would have used a better angle.
Right. Okay.
And if it was recorded at such an odd angle, then that proves the trick was used.
Camera angles, huh? Looks like your cosplayer experience is finally useful.
Wow.
Cosplay doesn't really come up all that much in class trials.
There was a reason the camera was set up there, but also a reason for the height. When the press was stopped, you couldn't really see who was inside it, correct? That was
No.
intentional. The body is mostly hidden by the press, making the swap easier.
The camera must have been placed at such a high position so it would produce that angle.
I wonder if they used that tripod in the hangar to adjust the camera's height.
When was there a tripod?
Did they get that from the warehouse too? Jeez! That place is like a 4D pocket!
Oh boy.
You don't get to make that reference.
Wow.
Then, that logic is correct, right?
Should be.
Kokichi used that video angle trick and switched the victim in the hydraulic press. In that case, Kaito is...
Alive.
Or he was crushed by the press. He was swapped with a different body. So Kaito's still alive!
Well, wait just a minute.
Also
What?
cool.
But I just summed it up so nicely.
We don't know where.
Himiko, the different body you mentioned, what are you talking about?
Exactly.
The bodies from the other cases. Kokichi's the mastermind, so he...
He's not the mastermind.
Wait, the mastermind?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kokichi isn't the mastermind, so I
He
don't
wouldn't
think he'd
have
be able to
access.
produce a body to switch out.
Right?
What?
Yeah.
Well, Monokuma, do the rules allow for a body to be reused?
Very well, I'll answer that.
Go ahead.
You're giving in pretty easily.
Well, it's crucial information to make the trial fair.
I guess so.
This discussion is pointless if it's not clear what the culprit was allowed to do, right?
You're a convenient mastermind, but I guess that makes defeating you worth my time.
Now then, regarding the reuse of a dead body,
Preach.
that is impossible! All the dead bodies have already been thrown away.
Define thrown away.
Thrown away?
The other bodies are... gone? Then who did Kaito switch places with?
Oh, Kaito and Kokichi were the only ones in the hangar at the time. That means the real victim was the other person in the hangar. Shockingly. If it wasn't an old body, it could only be...
What's wrong, Shuichi? Who did Kaito switch places with?
Maki, I think I missed something very important here.
Something important?
Yeah. Got the timeline right, there were only 2 people in the hangar at the time. That means something had to be decided before. Have to pin that down. Another one! So long! The victim again? I don't know what the second word's gonna be. Help. Victim help. E. L. P. Was that E? And now we just need the D. There it is, there's the D.
I see now.
You see? Okay.
I can't believe I overlooked this.
It was easy to overlook, because I didn't see it either.
There were only 2 people in the
They
hangar at the
collaborated.
time, which means they were working together.
Collusion!
Huh? Working together?
The only 2 people involved in the swap were the victim
And
and
the
the
culprit.
culprit. The culprit was operating the camera and the hydraulic press, while the victim lay inside.
Right.
If they switched places while the press and the camera were stopped,
They're crazy!
then the person who turned the camera and the press back on was the original victim. To put it simply, both people operated the press and camera at different times. An impossible trick, unless the victim and culprit agreed to cooperate beforehand.
Yeah.
Victim and culprit cooperated? Is that even possible?
It sounds bizarre, but perhaps that was the whole point. Commit a
Yeah.
crime that was so confusing, even Monokuma would be tricked.
Kind of sucks that we figured it out now, huh?
Jeez, this culprit's a real jerk. So, have you realized who done it yet?
Yeah. Culprit of this case. Culprit is inside the exisal, and that could only be one person. You. Shocking. Man, I told you guys he wasn't dead from the
apparent
beginning.
victim we saw
Then
in
I
the video
went back
was
on
Kaito,
myself several times.
which means Kokichi was operating the hydraulic press and camera.
At first.
If the 2 of them switched while the press was stopped, then the culprit who started the hydraulic press again and crushed Kokichi